Hey guys, Shredder here with Exus, bringing you another OUTERPLANES video. Today we're going to be doing this summon or skip for the new unit Tamara. First things first, I love her aesthetic. I think it's really cool. I like the kind of cyberpunk assassin-y type look. If you like the content today, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, join us in the community Discord. We discuss all this stuff in there before it comes to videos. Yeah, so let's take a look. TLDR though, guys. Absolutely pull this unit. She's a must-have. I don't like to say units are a must-have like very often, but her kit is quite unique, is super busted, is really overloaded. So let's go in and look at the skill previews for her. Right, skill 1. Oh my gosh, it's all too strong. Skill 1. This is like probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, skill 1 in the game. This is just the skill 1 is busted just from the start. So when scoring a critical hit, 100% chance to activate a dual attack with the enemy with the highest attack. So like, this is just absurd. It's just too much. Like, it's just such a massive damage multiplier, and it allows you to, like, you know, chain effects on the skill 1s as well. So example, if you ran her with like a Rin or something, you know, Rin's basic attack gives her priority push. So, you know, if you're proccing a Rin with this, it means your Rin's going to be priority pushing as well, so she's going to be turn manipulating. If you're running it with like a whatever, it doesn't really matter. Any damage dealer, like, it's just absurd. I don't think there's a lot of other like 100% dual attacks just right off the bat. You know, if you got I guess it's Veronica. Hers is conditional on having a defense debuff, but you know, like, she's going to work super well in dual attack teams and in mono blue teams and everything. Like, this is just a really strong skill 1. Skill 2. Okay, skill 2. So 100% chance to grant all allies increased crit chance for 3 turns, and when scoring a crit has a 100% chance to inflict silence on the target for 2 turns. So, I mean, this is going to allow her to basically be your Valentine on blue teams for, you know, PvE content. It's super strong. Crit chance buff is like the reason why Valentine is so strong. It just lowers your gear requirements by an enormous amount. It allows you to completely gear differently for like everything. It's super strong. So she's going to provide this 3-turn uptime on a 4-turn cooldown, so there is a little bit of downtime there. However, if you're running your Tamara faster, which you probably will, being a ranger, she's quite quick. If you're running her quite quickly, then she will probably be able to keep the uptime on your other units pretty close to full. You can always pair her with a Cindy to extend it and give you full uptime, or you can also run her with Valentine as well, which is, you know, it sounds counterintuitive, but it's really good still. They both trigger dual attacks quite well. You know, the Valentine gets it on her exclusive equipment, and Valentine's going to help you with some more God, can I get my words out? With some more turn manipulation, priority pushes and pushbacks as well. And she can also cover the gap here on the crit rate here, and allow you to build up extra AP if you want to burst it for burst 3. So it will actually, like, sounds weird, but they work really well together as well. So on the burst, talking about the burst, level 1 plus 3 turns to crit damage. Level 2 plus 3 turns to increase effectiveness on allies, and level 3 is gains an extra turn. Now, her chains are super cheap. So chain 1 is 60 AP, 2 is 90, and 3 is 120. Now, her exclusive equipment gives her 60 AP at the start of battle. 60 AP. So immediately, as soon as you have the exclusive equipment, you can do the burst, which gives you critical damage buff. So turn 1, she's going to be as effective as Valentine in terms of giving you buff, crit damage, and crit rate. So super nice EE to pair with this. So the next one, the chain 2 gives effectiveness. Effectiveness is a really nice buff to have. Really nice, especially for PvE. Actually, PvP as well. This unit, like in PvP especially, you're probably going to be pairing her with a Nordia. Because she just procs her for free, and it's going to be super nice. But yes, so 90. So there is quite a lot of shenanigans. I'll probably go over them more in the more in-depth skill review video that comes after this. But there's a lot of ways to get extra CP on her. You know, you get it from her EE, you get it from her Transcendence if you get her to Transcendence 6, and being a Ranger, she also gets 20 at the start of turn. So, you know, you can use, you know, manipulators like a Siren. You can do quite a few things. There's also, you know, the new AP armor set that gives you AP at the start of battle that should be coming out with the next gear dungeon. There's a lot of ways that you can manipulate this, but nevertheless, you're going to definitely get a burst 1 for free. The burst 2 you can get for free on turn 1 if you have the right Transcendence level on her. Super strong. The silence is, you know, pretty good for PvP. You can target a silence on a unit that's, you know, a threat to you. And in PvE, it's hard. A lot of the bosses are kind of immune to silence, so not as impactful there. But it's a really nice addition anyway. It allows you to trigger the Naughtier with this skill as well. The broken skill, the really broken skill, is her skill 3. So, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance to inflict reduced defense on all targets for 2 turns. So this is a really nice damage amplification. The next part is the really broken part though. When scoring a critical hit, has a 100% chance to increase the cooldown of all targets by 2 turns. So what this means is, if your skill has, for example, Smokescreen has a cooldown of 4 turns, it's available on the first turn. So if another Tamara hit me with their ultimate and landed the debuff, the increase on cooldowns, it means when my Tamara took her turns, this skill would be on a cooldown. It would have 2 turns of cooldown. So if you're thinking about practical applications of this, in PvP, one example where it's going to be super impactful is against the Menace. Now at the moment, Menace is kind of like the blight of PvP. The reason for that is you have to kill her so many times before she revives the enemy team. So right now, you know, if you kill her and she revives, she's still gonna, like, if she has the resurrection necklace on, she's gonna be able to resurrect and then revive all of her allies. Doesn't matter what debuffs you landed on her before, silence, whatever. Once she dies and resurrects, she does not have those debuffs on her anymore. Now, where this skill makes a difference is dying and resurrecting with the resurrection necklace does not reset your skill cooldowns. So that means if you land a skill on the Menace, if you kill her and she revives with the revived necklace, she is still going to have her ultimate on skill cooldown. If you don't kill her, it's still going to be on cooldown. This is basically the shutdown Menace button. You land this, she can't ulti. It gives you a much easier time killing them. Okay, so this is super strong in PvP. Not only Menace, you know, this is super useful against, you know, like Leos. Leos are really annoying as well. If they get that invulnerability off a lot of the time, it's like, good night, see you later. Shuts down the Leos as well, can't use their skill, right? She's got really fast base speed. You can use her the same speed as a Valentine. The restriction again is just going to be landing the crit strike. So you have to either speed tune it with a Valentine, or you have to build her on, like, you know, max crit on her own. So there is some work that you need to do to make it work, but super strong. In PvE, this skill, I'll pop a video up for you now. As you can see, this skill works on bosses. Yes, it works on bosses. So this is going to work in your dungeon gear farming. This is going to work in your guild raid. This is going to work everywhere for now, unless they change this and they give immunities to the bosses. But right now this works. So I'll just show you as well. I've just used her, and don't judge me guys, I've been really slack on clearing these dungeons because I don't farm any of the gear from them. So yes, I just use her, as you can see, to clear Master's Guardian and Meteos 12 super effectively. She gives you the consistency to use all the crit chain talismans. You know, previously running mono blue was really hard because, you know, without Valentine there to buff your crit rate, you're stuck, you know, at the mercy of either RNG, you know, running your units that are built to pair with Valentine at 50%, or it makes you run a lot more into crit rate to get them, you know, critting effectively to build chain points. So using her now allows you to really build your chain points effectively. She helps to break bosses really quickly as well, using a lot of dual attacks. She is just like, she's you know, I don't want to say late, but she's pretty much required on all mono blue teams now to use them efficiently. She gives you that, 50% crit rate buffer, makes it very consistent. Lots of dual attacks, defense. She gives you so much stuff. Her kit is so overloaded. 100% dual attacks. She gives you crit rate, crit damage, effectiveness buff. She gives you defense down and resets the cooldowns. And you know what else I haven't shown you guys yet that she also does that helps for, especially for PvE. Let me show you. This unit's so busted, guys. Yeah. So she also has. Can I find her? Am I blind here? Okay. Skills. Her companion effect, her chain skill gives you marked for 2 turns as well. This is another damage multiplier. Guys, this is really good. Previously, the only way to like kind of get it reliably, without using some stupid unit like bloody Lily or something. I think Lily's the one that gives it. The only other way that you would get it would be using the weapon. I think I've got it on my note here. Would be using the weapon that gives mark, but it's 1 turn, and when you have to use a single target attack to use it. So, Tamara having access to reliable marking as well with her chain break is like, it's nuts. It's so good. You use the skill break, you break the boss, you land the mark, you just delete them. So, from a power and utility perspective, she's absolutely bonkers. She's got a super strong EE as well. She's got a super strong EE as well, if I know how to bloody click in this game. Super strong EE as well that gives you action points at the start of battle. She looks awesome. She's aesthetic is really, I love it a lot. Yeah, look, she's a must pull in my opinion, guys. I don't want to say that about a lot of units, but Valentine, if you know me, Valentine is my... If anyone was re-rolling in the game and they asked me what's the #1 unit to get, I would say Valentine. Now Tamara's here, she can fill that gap very effectively as well. So she's another must-have unit. Crit chance buff is just too good in this game. Yeah, that's all for me, guys. Definitely 100% pull. Don't think twice about it. You only still, all these units, you only need 1 copy, and there's a really free-to-play friendly way to farm the shards in this game. So pull at least 1 unit, I implore you, and go ham, guys. She's super good everywhere, I promise you. Until the next one, guys. Peace. I'll see you later.